I'm going to explain how and why uninsured motorist is the best insurance you can buy to protect you and your family. There are two types of uninsured motorist insurance, stacked and non-stacked. The best one for you to buy is stacked uninsured motorist insurance, and I will explain why in a minute. But first, let me explain how insurance works. It will pay for your damages if you get in a crash with an at-fault driver who does not have any bodily injury insurance, which is called an uninsured motorist. Or it will pay when the at-fault driver does not have enough bodily injury insurance, which is called an underinsured motorist. And just so you know, in Florida, motorists are not required to carry bodily injury insurance. About half the cars on the road don't carry it. That's why insurance is so important. If you get in a wreck with someone who does not carry bodily injury insurance and you don't have uninsured motorist insurance, you will likely be out of luck because there will not be any insurance to pay for your losses. Now, let me explain the difference between stacked and non-stacked When you own more than one car and you purchase stacked insurance, you get to add or stack the policies. For example, let's say you own two cars and have coverage of $100,000 per car. And if you're in a wreck, then you can stack the two coverages and receive up to $200,000, $100 for the first car and $100 for the second car. Oftentimes people will ask me, since I only own one car, why should I buy stacked insurance since I don't have another car to stack the coverage on top of? And the answer to this question is the most important reason why you want stacked coverage. Stacked should also be called follow coverage because the coverage follows you wherever you go. For example, if you have stacked and you are driving someone else's car and get in a wreck, your follows you and you are protected. If you are a passenger in someone else's car, you are covered. If you are a pedestrian or riding a bike and a car hits you, you are still covered since your stacked coverage follows you. So stacked means it follows you everywhere. My friend says stacked will protect you even if you're in a submarine and you get hit by a car. So now you know why stacked is so important. Now, if you only carry non-stacked then you can only recover benefits from your policy if you're in a wreck while in your insured vehicle. It does not follow you like stacked. And the other benefit of stacked insurance, as I mentioned earlier, is that whatever the policy limits are for each of your cars, the limits are added together or stacked on one on top of each other. This is where the term stacked comes from. So 5 cars with $100,000 of on each car will provide you and your family with $500,000 worth of coverage. And another important fact you need to know about insurance, whether it's stacked or not, is that if you are in another vehicle that you own and it does not have insurance, you are not protected, even though you have on all your other vehicles. You will not be covered if you're in the one car that does not have coverage. Now, some people say, if I have health and disability insurance, why would I need too? And the answer to this is simple. Let me explain by using an example. Let's say you're in a car crash and the windshield breaks and you lose vision in both your eyes from the glass hitting you in the face. Your medical bills will be paid by your health insurance, and your disability insurance will pay you 2/3 of your lost wages until retirement age, but you won't get a single penny for the non-economic damages you will suffer, such as the loss of your ability to enjoy life. You will not recover 1 cent to help you cope with the loss of your vision and the added expenses and frustration of being blind. So covers some of the non-economic losses you would have suffered. It's also important to be aware that most auto insurance companies don't like to sell insurance, but the state of Florida requires them to make you sign a form rejecting it if you don't want to buy it. The insurance agents usually don't explain the very well and may say to you, "We will give you full coverage." But what they really mean by this is what they're selling you is the minimum insurance required by Florida law. Let me tell you this. I'm a board-certified civil trial lawyer, and you need to know that full coverage is not a legal term. There is no exact definition for full coverage. This is just a saying that an insurance agent will use so they don't have to explain in detail what you do or don't have as far as insurance coverages. So don't be fooled by the term full coverage. Make sure you get stacked coverage to protect you and your family. When you ask your insurance agent about purchasing insurance, you will be told that you can only buy as much as you carry in bodily injury coverage. This is a correct statement. Another important fact to keep in mind is that insurance policies differ, so you must read yours to find out exactly what is and is not covered. If you have more questions about this information, I suggest 3 things. 1, speak to your insurance agent and make sure he or she is able to answer all of your questions. 2, read your policy. And 3, call my office if you still have questions. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful in understanding what uninsured motorist insurance is and how it works.
I've had this problem.
Big problem.
I really needed
a good insurance provider.
And I kept searching.
and searching.
There are so many choices.
It's really hard to find one that has all the things on my list.
But I finally did it.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
If you were looking for one as well,
look no further.
Here's a really good one.
Just use mine.
Use mine.
I'm very satisfied.
Definitely recommend.
Problem gone.
Thank you.
The red pickup truck that you were describing being towed away, police are saying that truck slammed into the limousine. And again, we're being told 4 people were killed.